Hi everyone, my name is Carolina and I'm a QA manager here at Tracument Solutions. The purpose of this webinar is to invite questions about Tracument. So these can be questions about our team, our system, any features, and a few questions so far have been gathered from users and I'll be responding to them during the session. This is the first attempt that we're giving this a try, so it's aimed at encouraging more engagement and finding ways to improve our system based on feedback. Any additional questions can be submitted to support@tracument.com, and please do stay alert for when another round of these Q&A sessions open up. So yes, we currently are developing a Tracument course that will have a certification. However, in the meantime, we're still more than happy to schedule a one-on-one training with users. If you would like a quick training session, a screen share with more assistance on a specific feature maybe, do send a request to support@tracument.com and I'll be more than happy to schedule one with you. We're also curious to know what training methods work best for users, and this is why we like to gather feedback through our surveys. In our 2024 Legal Tech Survey report, in-person group training was actually rated the best method. So we strive to continuously improve our training methods, and we do hope that we continue to have more of these webinars and eventually they will be live in order to open up some space for users to ask questions and have them answered right away, do some screen shares. So, yeah, we want more engagement between our system and users, and that's why we're giving these webinars a try. So, do feel free to participate in these surveys as much as possible because it's of great value to us. Great question. So with Tracument, you can send a check anywhere in Canada and the process is streamlined, which means Tracument staff print, assemble, and take the mailing to Canada Post on the next business day. So when you do see that status that says delivered, it means we have taken it to Canada Post. And if a check hasn't been delivered after 21 days, and the recipient can't locate it, we actually do offer a stop payment on a check. In the given case that does happen, you can send a stop payment request to support@tracument.com, and our client ops team will provide all the necessary forms that need to be filled out in order for that to happen. And some important notes are that stop payments are not available for duplicate payments, incorrect check amounts, and if the records are no longer needed. And it's advisable to check with your firm manager or your bookkeeper to ensure that the check hasn't been returned to your office. So, who is Winston? I love this question because Winston is actually David's dog and our beloved mascot here at Tracument. Let's put a picture of Winston right over here. So he sometimes visits the office and gets along with everyone. And the reason this question, I imagine, is coming up is because we recently started a newsletter to keep our users informed about new features, events, and announcements. So we thought it would be fun to make Winston be the one who sends these emails. So, yes, indeed, Winston is a dog, and no, those emails are not spam. So, be assured that these emails do come from Tracument. So, Tracument sends out faxes to any fax number in the world. So, essentially, it is like having a virtual fax machine in your Tracument account. Our client ops team does monitor these faxes throughout the day to ensure that they have been delivered. If you do receive a fax error, this means that there was a delivery issue. So, what Tracument staff does in this case. We investigate, we try to correct the facts, and we provide an explanation with recommended steps. And you will be notified via email, and you can also check your activities page if you have any fax errors. We strongly encourage users to clear out these fax errors as soon as possible, either by resending or canceling the fax, as they do accumulate, so it's better to not have a bunch of fax errors in your account. So, yeah, clear those out. So, how to receive records from requests faster? We do have some best practices and tips here that could be useful in this case. The most important one, I would say, are reminders. So, you want to ensure that reminders are being sent to the records holder. The best way to do this is by having in your admin settings the reminders notifications on. So many firms actually put 30 and 60 days, and this proves to be quite efficient in having those reminders sent out on a regular basis, and that is with perpetual reminders. So this allows users to receive ongoing reminders for open requests automatically. And right now, we're currently developing a new feature which will be automated reminders. In this case, you will be able to select if you want the option for automated reminders to be sent out, where you will no longer have to actually click on the send a reminder. The system will do it for you, so that is great. And last of all, for a complete hands off approach, I do recommend the full service option. So, this is a feature where you can specify the urgency of your request. If you need these records on an urgent basis, you would put an urgent request as the selection, and our staff will try to get those records on your behalf as soon as possible. So, this question ties in nicely with the one asked before because this one is, what are full service requests? So, full service requests are a new service from Tracument designed to streamline obtaining third party records. And your firm simply needs to specify the documents that are needed, and our trained staff will manage the entire process. So, we will send out the request, we will do all the follow ups, be it email, be it a phone call, and then we upload a digital copy of the records. So, the user will only have to download that. The key features are the broad scope of it. So, the request could be made to various record holders across Canada. This could be medical, employment, government, educational. Um, it's, yeah, very broad. Um, any department, any type of records can be requested, and the transparency of it. So you can track the status of your requests with real time updates and notifications from our staff. And yeah, it's quite efficient because it saves users a bunch of time as it's basically an outsourced request. And full service is now available to all firms in Tracument. So if you are interested to give it a try, feel free to send an email to support@tracument.com, and we can always arrange a quick demo. So, yes, we are continuously developing the system and striving to make it better. Our users are our most valuable source of feedback for quality assurance and can also provide great ideas for programming enhancements. So, if you have any suggestions or enhancement requests, please send a message to support@tracument.com. And we typically reply by asking a quick explanation as to how this enhancement can be useful, maybe the impact that it makes. And your suggestion then will be added to an enhancement list for review and for potential implementation. So, Yeah, we do encourage that if you have an idea, if there's a feature where you think it could be better somehow, or in terms of accessibility, um, do share your ideas because this is extremely valuable for us in our programming department as well.